Today we're going to be learning about how to put our reed on our mouthpiece so we can begin the process of learning how to play our saxophone. Go ahead and get on the floor with your saxophone case and pause this video. Press play whenever you're on the floor and your case is on the floor. Okay, so with your case flat on the floor, let's go ahead and open up our saxophone case. Okay, and we're going to pull out a couple of items. The first thing you're going to want to pull out is your cork grease, right? Which, like, there's my cork grease. You're going to pull out your cork grease, your mouthpiece, which should have the ligature on it. If it doesn't have the ligature on it, go ahead and pull that out as well. You're also going to need the neck of your saxophone. I find that learning how to put on the reed and the mouthpiece with the neck make it a lot easier. Okay, go ahead and grab those items and then close your case and set that aside. Go and pause the video until you have all of that. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to want to do, specifically if you have a new saxophone or a one that you just rented, what you're going to want to do is put a little cork grease on this piece right here. This is called the cork, and it's brown, and it's a cork material. I don't know what else to say other than it's cork material. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your cork grease, and if you have a new cork grease, some of you guys have the black one that has like a little piece of paper that goes around it. Just rip off that piece of paper, and the cap should come off. Okay. So anyways, go ahead and take it off. Right. It looks like chapstick. Please don't use this as chapstick because you're going to absolutely regret it. Okay. But what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to twist the bottom. And as I twist the bottom, it's going to start coming out. Okay, now we don't need that much. If you accidentally go that much, just go the opposite way and it'll go back down. I've had this tube of cork grease for almost 10 years, so it's going to last you a very long time. Okay, anyways, I'm going to take out about that much. That's about 1/8 of an inch or so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to smash it on there, all right? And I'm just going to leave a little bit of it like that. Put the cap back on your cork grease. Okay, set your cork grease aside. And then with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swish it around with my fingers all the way around. Make sure it gets to all of the brown stuff. Okay? Now, before you're actually right now, you're like, ew, miss, my hand's all sticky and everything. Okay? Do not wipe this on your pants. Do not wipe this on or on anything else, right? So at school, what I usually do is I use a paper towel to wipe off my fingers, which is what I'm going to do right now. So give me 1 second. But let's say, what do you do if you don't have a paper towel? Well, the best place to wipe is going to be your socks, okay? Your mom's not going to get mad if there's grease on your socks, but I will tell you, if you get this cork grease on your pants, it ain't ever going to come out, right? And I've ruined many pairs of jeans by just accidentally or like not having, well, I guess I usually have socks on, but I forget and I just wipe it on my pants, or my fingers actually touch my pants, and then that pair of jeans has this grease stain that never comes out no matter what you're using. Okay, so anyways, I recommend either a paper towel like I just did or wiping on your sock. Now if we were sitting at school, I would actually say you can actually wipe it on the carpet. But since you guys are all at home, I don't recommend that because your mom will yell at you if you have a grease stain on your carpet. At school, no one's going to know, and I won't tell anybody. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and grease that up and pause the video. And when you're ready, we're going to put our mouthpiece on. Okay, so if you... now we've got this cork, now that we have our cork on our neck all greased up, we're going to learn how to put the mouthpiece on, okay? So some of you guys might already have your ligature on, but I'm thinking that maybe most of us do not. So if you don't have your ligature, I'm going to do this without my ligature attached. But if your ligature is attached, then let's go ahead and remove it, because this very first time we do this is a lot easier with a ligature on. So take your ligature off, and then that way you have your mouthpiece and you have your neck. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. This is the bottom of the mouthpiece with the hole, and this is the top of the mouthpiece. There is no hole. Okay, the top of the mouthpiece is going to go on this side of the neck, and then the bottom of the mouthpiece will be down here. So it's pretty simple. Just place it on straight up and down like this, small twist and push down. Do not do this. Right, don't just ram it in there, because if you do that, you're going to end up chipping off the cork here. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do small twists and push down, and you're going to push it down about as far as it will go. If you have a brand new saxophone, It's going to be kind of hard to do, but the longer you use it, the more the cork gets worked down. You'll be able to push it a little bit further. But I usually push it in until about there's that much cork left. Okay, this is not enough. Okay, you have to push it down until it kind of like really kind of wedges itself in there. Okay, so try that. All right, and as soon as you get it on, or pause the video and put your mouthpiece on, and then press play. Okay, so now that you have this on, let's double check, right? The top of the mouthpiece, right, is here on this side of the neck, and then the bottom of the mouthpiece, which is where the hole is here. You want to line it up so that the bottom of the mouthpiece is kind of in line with the center of the neck, right? Like this, you see how I've got my neck is like this, and then the hole is facing you. All right, that's wrong. So you want to turn it to where this is, the hole is pointing down like that. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the ligature. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video here, and you guys will start on the next video. So in a perfect world, we all ligatures look exactly the same, but unfortunately, it's not a perfect world. So we have 3 styles of ligatures that you guys are going to be having. If you rented one from the music store, chances are you have a black one like this. This is the one that I love to use, and I use this one. I actually used it until about 4 or 5, 6 years ago when I bought a new mouthpiece. And when I bought a new mouthpiece, a new ligature came with it, and I liked that design better, so I went with that. But they are designed differently, and they all kind of do a different thing. And so we're going to be talking about how to put all 3 of these together. Okay, so there's the black one, and then some of you guys have what I call an El Cheapo, right? It's just metal and round, and that's what it looks like. Okay, I don't think anybody has one of these. I think everybody has one of the more upgraded ones. Okay, but if you do have one of these, that's cool. And then there's another one that looks just like the cheapy metal one, except, and I apologize, I actually don't have one of these because I used them all. I gave them all out to my students. But it'll look like this, like a cheapy one, okay? But the screw will be on the other side, and there's going to be a little like metal piece right here, like a metal plate, and on it it's going to say, I think it says A-L sax, maybe for alto sax, or T sax. It says A sax or T sax, depending on you're playing alto sax or tenor sax, all right? That's what it'll say on it. And you can tell the difference because, and again, you have to use your imagination here. This one will have a little metal plate here, and the cheapy one will just be blank here in the middle, all right? So this is, you know, a $5 ligature, and then the more expensive ones, the one with the little metal plate is about $25, and believe it or not, this one is $50. So there we go. Anyways, I think you guys will probably either have this one or the one with the metal plate, okay? Either way, it does not matter what style of ligature you have. The screw will always be tightened on your right hand side, okay? Remember that. And if you don't know which one's your right hand, make your L's, right? Make your fingers do an L. And your left will make the L, okay? And your right will be like not an L. That's your right hand side. So when your ligature is on your mouthpiece, you'll tighten the screw with your right hand side. All right, speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and use the black one because like I said, I think most of you have this style. If you don't have this style, then I'll demonstrate with the, then I'll talk about how it should look with the one with the metal plate, because I really don't think anybody has the cheapy one, okay? So to put it on, all right, we're going to take our ligature, okay? And if you have a black one like this, okay, if you take a look at it, right, when you're looking at it, the screw is going to be on the right hand side. So this piece here actually faces you. This is the back of the ligature. This is the front of the ligature. The first thing you're going to do, especially if it's brand new, is you want to open up this screw, okay? This screw, when you first get it, it's all completely attached like this. So all you have to do is just back it off a little bit, right, to where it opens up a little bit. Now, hold on. There's always some fool who keeps backing it up all the way until it falls off, and they go, "Miss, it broke." Okay, you don't have to. Just give it like 8 twists, and it should be good, all right? Anyways, so about that much space is all you need. And then when you put it on, right, this part here faces you, and then this part here is the opening of the mouthpiece. and it just slides on like this. Now, I am going to make a note that when I demonstrate this today, I'm going to be demonstrating with this facing you, the hole facing you. But obviously, that's for demonstration purposes. When you actually put this on yourself, the hole, you'll be looking at the hole, okay? So as I put this on, I'm going to put it on backwards so you can see how it looks, how it should look. But for you, you should be looking at it like this, all right, with the hole facing you. So with that being said, I'm going to take my ligature, slide it on, and if you notice, if I did it right, then this screw is on the back, all right? Here's the hole, there's the back, and then this is my right hand. I'm actually using that to tighten, okay? If you do it wrong, like this, and you tighten with your left hand, it will work, but it doesn't serve the right person. It's like putting a diaper on a baby upside down, okay? So anyways, let's go ahead and fix that, okay? And what you want to do is there's going to be a line that goes around the mouthpiece. You can barely see the line on mine, but for most of yours, you're going to have a very defined line that goes all the way around the mouthpiece, okay? You're going to make sure that this ligature is underneath that line, okay? Now, if you have a one of the expensive silver ones that have the little plate right here, it's the same idea. The screws will go on the back, right? The screws will go on the back side, and it'll be the same thing. You put it underneath the line, and then the plate, the metal plate that says AS-TAX, or I'm sorry, A-SAX or T-SAX, that you'll be looking at that when you have your mouthpiece together. So it'll be like hole and then the little metal plate right here. Now, if you have one of these cheapy ones, okay, it's a little bit different. If you have one of the cheapy ones that don't have the little plate right here or the little metal thing, it's just like a hole here, then this one is the only one that's different. When you put this on, the screws will actually be on the side of the hole. Okay, if you're confused as to which one you have, shoot me shoot me an email before you actually try to, shoot me an email during your this asynchronous lesson, and before you try putting it all together, and I'll tell you which one you have, okay? But anyways, same idea, underneath the line that goes around the mouthpiece. On the cheapy ones, the screw will be on the side of the hole. On the more expensive ones, the screw is on the back side of, on the top side of the ligature. Of the mouthpiece. So again, I'm going to go with this one because I think this is the one most of us have. I'm going to place it on there, okay? And now, before we actually go on, I'm going to show you guys what you kind of need to do with the ligature, and then when you figure it out, you can go on. You can actually go on. So this is a pause and practice moment, but you're going to have to figure out how to manipulate this ligature so that it comes off and on, right? You can do it with two hands. Like I'm going to do two hands here. I'm going to lift it up and then hold it in place with my hand here, right? So I lift it up with one hand, right? Whichever hand you're, like if you're left-handed, obviously it'd be like this, but if you're right-handed, it's this way. But with your strong hand, you're going to lift it up, and then with your weak hand, you're going to hold it in place like that. What I'm doing is I'm creating a space between my mouthpiece and my ligature so that I can slide my reed in, okay? And so if you need to use two hands, go for it. But because I've played for a very long time, I can do it with one hand. So I can go up and down, up and down, up and down with one hand, okay? I want you to practice that real quickly. Pause the video and practice that and see which way works the best for you. It might be two hands now and then later on one hand, okay? So go ahead and pause the video and practice that. And when you're ready to move on, go ahead and create your pocket between your mouthpiece and your ligature, and then press play.